Hello again. So, the inquiry into the industrial scale abuse of mostly working class children and youngsters by members of the British establishment, the so-called independent inquiry into institutional child abuse, has stalled yet again. So far, two dames and a baroness, Lady Butler-Sloss and Dames Fiona Wolfe and Lowell Goddard, have resigned as the heads of this inquiry. Dame Goddard resigned last week without explanation, pocketing a huge wad of money in the process. Over decades, tens of thousands were abused by senior figures in every part of the establishment. The inquiries are never ending, literally. With 3 consecutive resignations, it's an obvious pattern. And remember, this inquiry would have taken up to 10 years. Thus ensuring that the high-level paedophiles will be safely dead and buried. And even when they've snuffed it, as with the likes of Leon Britton, Greville Janner, there are establishment manoeuvres to deny their culpability. It seems that their wealthy, powerful families are upset by the victims' accusations, as if they didn't know in the first place. This inquiry is doomed before, if ever, it begins. The survivors and victims, many who remain highly traumatized and are still suffering psychologically from their abuse, have been effectively shoved aside by the political establishment. For many of these people, this is their primary experience of our establishment and our state that enabled it and is still covering it up. There is a slogan used by Black Lives Matter and others: no justice, no peace. Well, we've certainly had no justice of any kind whatever beyond a few mealy-mouthed words. Look at Chilcot, Hillsborough, Bloody Sunday, an endless list. Where did they leave? Was there, even by the system's criteria, a crumb of justice? Of course not. Headlines for a few days and then filed away. So there is no justice of any description. But sadly, in these and other cases, there is peace for the state perpetrators. The victims of the establishment, paedophiles and abusers, now must surely realise that for them there is and will be no justice of any description. Their only recourse, from what I can see as an anarchist and a human being, is to bypass these farcical establishments, non-inquiries and whitewashes, and set up their own tribunals and deliver their own judgments. Set up a grassroots movement that will empower, involve direction and outings. Name the names, publish or be damned. A few well-publicised pop-up protests and a couple of bricks lobbed through Kensington windows will accomplish more than these never-ended, never-concluding inquiries presided over by the very establishment of abusers themselves. The establishment governments claim that it's too difficult due to the enormity, complexity of evidence for the law to handle, let alone ordinary people to delve into. If the victims and survivors did, there would be horrified cries from the establishment of mob rule. But they would say that, wouldn't they? They cannot afford to lose control. As with all aspects of life, we have to take back control from these discredited but still ruling politicians, high-level civil servants and bureaucrats who are unwilling to admit their crimes except in the most vague and abstract manner, if at all. Certainly there's no punishment, but how could they punish themselves? Their vicious justice is only meted out on us. Probably we can't even begin to do this without sparking off a revolutionary crisis. But there is no point in waiting. So, let's have no justice, no peace. Literally. Bye.